Once again, I don't understand humans, especially females. Why is this a thing where it's a point of pride to have a high body count? It's not, dude. It's gross. I was a stripper. I still do OnlyFans.
I was a stripper. I still do OnlyFans.
Guys, I know that being an ex-stripper / OnlyFans model is not the same as a girl with a high body count. However, if those two are your only options, then you have no options.
I am naked, but in my little pea brain, it is totally different. Fucking people, physically fucking them, and showing your body online. I don't have a problem with it. I know other people do. But this thing where girls are like, oh, I have a high body count. Like, one girl had like 400, supposedly.
Guys, no man who understands his value wakes up and says to himself, I want a wife who gets naked on camera. I want a wife who sleeps around. No, it doesn't work like that. And yes, I know, guys. Some guys have tried it and those guys have failed miserably. Now, what these girls don't understand is the fact that some of the decisions they are making are going to affect them for the rest of their lives.
High body count. Like, one girl had like 400, supposedly.
As we all know, a woman who sleeps around can no longer pair bond. No man is going to respect her. No man is going to take her seriously enough to marry her. Now, for the woman who gets naked on camera, to me, that tells me that she doesn't know how the internet works. What you put out stays out. It doesn't matter if you come back 5 to 10 years from now crying, begging people to take the videos off the internet. No, those videos are going to stay on the internet. Someone is always going to have a copy of those videos. So it doesn't matter where you go. You can go from one state to another state. Your videos are going to follow you no matter where you go.
That's not like a point of pride. That's not women empowerment. You're doing exactly what the men want you to do. They're using you. That's not a prideful boast. It's gross, dude. Good luck with that fucking gonorrhea.
Did you hear that, guys? Somehow it always comes back to men. Somehow it's always the bad man's fault. How does that make any sense? Someone who's legally having sex with men, but for some reason, men are the one using her. Maybe the person who's having sex with a ton of guys enjoys having sex with a ton of men. Maybe that is exactly what she's into. Whatever happened to my body, my choice. As long as she wasn't forced to have sex with any of those guys, it is not the man's fault. It is her own decision.
So a common argument I hear when men try to justify shaming women for high body counts is that whole thing about a used car. Like, oh, a used car with more miles is of less value, blah, blah, blah. And I can't even believe I'm acknowledging this argument with a video.
Then why did you make the video and post it for everyone to see?
But let's talk about it. So first, let's state the obvious. Women are not objects, and the entirety of our existence isn't dependent on our performance in bed. But for now, let's use an analogy that makes more sense. Let's compare women to human beings, because that's what we are. Let's take tennis players, for example. The more tennis one of them plays against different people of various skill levels, the better they're going to be at tennis. So if I had to think of one reason why someone wouldn't want to go up against a tennis player with a lot of experience, it's probably because they'd be worried that they're going to be better than them. Stop shaming women because you're bad in bed.
Guys, her analogy makes absolutely no sense. It makes no sense at all. We all know she only said that just to make herself look good. She only said it just to justify around with a bunch of guys. Now, let's use the real analogy. Let's just say you want to get a new car. You go to the dealership. You get to the lot. Then the car salesman comes up to you and says, I got something nice for you. I know you're going to like it. You're like, okay, I can't wait to see it. Then you get to the car. You look at it. You say to yourself, wow, this looks good on the outside. This might be it. As soon as you open the door, you realize that the car has 150,000 miles on it. Then the car salesman looks at you and says, if you really want this car, you're going to have to pay me the same price you would pay for the brand new version of that car. Now, guys, your answer would have to be, are you insane? Why would I pay you that much money for a car that's already been used up? Why would I do that? You'd have to be an idiot, guys, to pay that much for a car like that. You'd have to be stupid.
But let's talk about it. So first, let's state the obvious. Women are not objects, and the entirety of our existence isn't dependent on our performance in bed. But for now, let's use an analogy that makes more sense. Let's compare women to human beings, because that's what we are. Let's take tennis players, for example. The more tennis one of them plays against different people of various skill levels, the better they're going to be at tennis. So if I had to think of one reason why someone wouldn't want to go up against a tennis player with a lot of experience, it's probably because they'd be worried that they're going to be better than them. Stop shaming women because you're bad in bed.
So basically what she's doing is, she's trying to shame you into dating her. She's trying to shame you into accepting her for what she is. She's trying to shame you into accepting her bad behaviors. Now, no one told her that she could not have sex with a bunch of guys. Yes, you can. It's her body, her choice. However, you must be able to face the consequences. As we all know, everything you do in life has consequences.